Then we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can hold us. Like the ceiling can hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can hold us. Like the ceiling can hold us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the historic Stone Castle, home of the Tennessee High School Vikings. Introducing this evening's McMillan and Christian Family Dentistry starting lineup for your Tennessee High Vikings. On offense for the Vikings,
Jimmy Phipps, Avoca Elementary School.
Josh Bell, Haynesfield Elementary.
Owen Brown, Avoca Elementary.
Carter Kazee, Fairmount University.
Micah Norton, Anderson Elementary.
Evan Bedwell, Avoca Elementary.
Dorian Suggs, Fairmount Elementary.
Preston Fagans, Holston View.
Austin DeGear, Avoca Elementary.
Maddox Fritz, The Haynesfield Elementary.
Owen Stallcup, Haynesfield Elementary.
on defense for the Maroon Machine,
Marcus Phelps, Emmanuel Christian Academy.
Chris Wilson, Holston View.
James Smith, Avoca Elementary.
Jason Aronson, Anderson Elementary School.
Jackson Elliott, Holston View Elementary.
Nick Osborne, Fairmount Elementary.
Turner Elliott, Holston View Elementary.
Maddox Fritz, The Haynesfield Elementary.
Logan Tudor, The Holston View Elementary School.
Josh Sizemore, Avoca Elementary School.
Austin DeGear, Avoca Elementary.
Test 1, 2.
And introducing the Tennessee High Viking football coaching staff.
Joshua Holt, Emory and Henry College.
Jesse Taylor, ETSU.
Matt Chandler, Emory and Henry College.
Derek Dowdell, University of Tennessee.
Christian Gibson, East Tennessee State University.
Jordan Bryant, University of Tennessee.
Cody Snyder, King College.
Dustin Fennell, King College.
Introducing the 2022-23 Tennessee High Viking cheerleaders. And now, introducing the 2022-23 Tennessee High Vikettes. Introducing the 2022-23 Mighty Viking Band.
tradition rich. You understand that? So the maroon and the white, to the horns on your helmet. All right, the Viking pride itself, to the castle that was laid.
This bunch of seniors that we've got right here, they've impacted the program tremendously. I think they've been the most resilient, probably some of the mentally toughest kids I've ever been around. And they're setting that tone for future Viking football teams just on that alone. They show up every day, they work really hard. And they also do well in the classroom, which is a big part of what we're trying to do here. Just their toughness overall, their ability to handle adversity, the resilience, and the things they've been through, in their 4 years here, not many have ever had to deal with before, and they've done a great job doing that.
My favorite tradition of Viking football is eating meals on Thursday night. My favorite tradition is running through the T.
My favorite part about being a Viking is just like a family. Like I feel like we're all together in everything that we do.
My favorite part about being a Viking is just like the brotherhood and being around all the coaches and just the tradition that Viking have.
My favorite memory is playing alongside some of my best friends.
My favorite memory was winning the conference championship my freshman year.
My favorite memory from Viking football was whenever we were playing Mo West last year. I threw a 400-pound center on top of Evan Smith.
I think my favorite memory has to be actually coming out here and actually playing with my friends. We actually bonded and formed a brotherhood that nothing else could break.
The legacy I want to leave is that hard work beats talent.
The legacy I'd like to leave is just be hardworking and always be a leader for my team.
The legacy that I want to leave is I want to show the younger kids the intensity and the grit that they need.
The legacy that I would like to leave is I want everybody to remember me as somebody who came in for 1 year and did whatever they needed and just was there for any of his teammates.
Reed Haas, Ben Hounsell, and Scotland Harper. Is the West Ridge Band ready? West Ridge Band, you may begin your performance.
Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for his brother in the field and serves, as best he can, the same cause. Abraham Lincoln. Today we honor our veterans. We remember those who were called upon to give all a person can give, and we remember those who were prepared to make that sacrifice if it were demanded of them in the line of duty. Most of all, we remember the devotion and gallantry with which all of them enabled their nation as they became champions of a noble cause. America is recognized as the defender of freedom. She has left her heroic dead in places like Flanders Field, Pearl Harbor, Okinawa, Korea, and Vietnam. Her flag, recognizable throughout the world, 13 stripes to remind us of our humble beginnings, and 50 stars on a field of blue that speak of individuality, liberty, and national sovereignty. As we honor our veterans, let us remember the guiding hand that has shaped our country's destiny. To our veterans, thank you for bravely doing what you are called to do so we can safely do what we are free to do. We will always remember your sacrifice and all you do and have done for the American people.
for the West Ridge Band.
Come back again, just jug full of that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew, and the man refuse it off you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Night at the Stone Castle. This evening, we are going to introduce our fall sports seniors and their families and recognize them for all that they've done for Tennessee High athletics over the last 4 years. We will start with our cross-country seniors. Zoe Arrington. She's accompanied by her parents, Trey and Amber Arrington. Luke Childress. Parents Tonda and Paul Childress, and siblings Jude and Chantel Childress. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your cross-country seniors. Up next are our Vikette seniors. Allison Holland. Her parents are Jack and Amy Holland. Brother Jake Holland and grandparents Sharon and David Long. Briley Price, parents Brad and Christy Price, and brother Braylon Price. Alexis Sandifer, parents Mark Sandifer and Tracy Perky, sister Chastity Woolley, and grandmothers Maurice Sandifer and Alice Rutherford. Once again, let's hear it for your senior Vikettes. Now, senior members of the golf team. Sydney Collier, parents Nikki McGrew and Mark and Krista Collier. Alex Jones, accompanied by his dad, Brett Jones. And Braden Wilhoit, accompanied by his father, Andy Wilhoit. Let's hear it one more time for your golf seniors. Up next are your girls soccer seniors. Sydney Cunningham, her parents Heather and Brian Arnold, and Brad and Hannah Cunningham, and her siblings Kaylee Cunningham and Jonah Cunningham. Bridget Flaherty, accompanied by her mom, Dara Flaherty, and her sister, Camille Flaherty. Paige Helms, accompanied by her parents, Jody and Rhonda Helms, and siblings, Claire, Jonathan, and David Helms. Riley Miller, accompanied by her parents, Shannon and Brian Miller, and brothers Reed and Rhett. Sky Myers, accompanied by her mom, Becky Myers. Hannah Plumbar, accompanied by her mom, Bethany Piper. Once again, let's hear it for your girls soccer seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's also wish them good luck in the sectional game tomorrow as they play for a chance to go to the state tournament. They play at Seymour at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Good luck to the Lady Viking soccer team. Now we'll introduce your senior cheerleaders. Michaela Leonard. Her parents are Sandra and Brian Leonard, brother Peyton Leonard, and extended family, Kevin Thomas, Judy Long, and Faith Long, and her cheer twin, Kaylee Carroll. Madeline Ramey, accompanied by her parents, Misty Myers and Cliff Ramey, brother Bailey Ramey, and boyfriend Zach Hubbard. Let's hear it for your cheer seniors. All right, and now we will introduce our football seniors. The football seniors will run out from the tunnel and meet their families. Number 57, James Barba Smith. His parents, Tiffany Smith and the late Gerardo Barba. Grandparents, Debbie Whitaker and Jim Smith. And Aunt Amelia and brother Jacob. Number 56, Evan Bedwell. His parents, Bobby and Christy Bedwell, and brother Griffin Bedwell. Number 32, Owen Brown. He's accompanied by his mother, Kelly Johnson, and brother, Tristan Zadzik. Number 68, Cooper Conley. He's accompanied by his parents, Ann Conley and the late Charles Conley. Brother Clayton Conley and Daniel Widener and Brooke. Number 21, Austin DeGear. His parents are Josh and Adele DeGear and his brother Jackson DeGear. Number 8, Jackson Elliott. His parents, Wallace and Stephanie Elliott, and brother Turner Elliott. Number 1, Garrett Embry. His parents, Craig and Lisa Embry. Number 5, Maddox Fritz. Parents Ryan and Beth Fritz, sister Riley Fritz, and grandparents Mike and Linda Kettner and David and Becky Fritz. Number 4, Nick Osborne. His parents, Todd and Amy Osborne. Number 15, Marcus Phelps. His parents, Michael and Kiana Phelps. Brother and sister, Michael and Octavia Phelps. Grandparents, Darn Amos, Brian and Chrissy Phelps. Extended family, Amari Cochran, Chris Phelps, Zanaya Cochran. Logan Tudor, accompanied by his parents, David and Annette Tudor. Number 70, Christian Wilson. Parents Jennifer Wilson and the late Lieutenant Danny Wilson. Siblings Logan, Ryan, and Dutch Fleener, and Hannah Fleener and Leah Wilson. Grandparents Terry and Lynn Bennett, and special family friend Sam Pierce. And the final senior we're going to recognize tonight, who we all wish was here, is number 20, Micah Montgomery. And we are joined tonight by his dad, Ron Montgomery. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your 2022 Viking football seniors. Thank you to all of our fall sport athletes for all that you've been to your programs for the last 4 years.
the singing of the national anthem tonight by the Tennessee High School Madrigal Singers. I ask that you rise and remain motionless while we pay tribute to the United States of America. Recognizing that this game is an extension of the classroom learning environment, we will begin our tribute with a moment of silence. As we begin, please remember all the brave men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. And let us remain ever vigilant against the threats to our great nation. Let us also remember our local law enforcement, emergency personnel, and other citizens as they work together to protect and promote our freedoms in this community. As we practice and exercise our freedoms, let us think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as an opportunity to do what is right. Now let us proudly display the red, white, and blue. Let us as a nation be resolved that America will always remain one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join together in a moment of silence. Now please focus on the American flag as it is presented on the field by the Tennessee High School Junior ROTC Cadet Corps, followed by the singing of the national anthem by the Tennessee High Madrigal Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
1972 National Championship football team, cheerleaders, and band. Officials for tonight's game: referee Michael Lamp, umpire Jim Stoops, down lineman Ryan Ellison, line judge Chuck White, back judge Tanner Combs, field judge David West, side judge Mike Crumley, clock operator Daryl Edison. Vikings have won the toss and have elected to defer. The Wolves will be receiving and defending the west goal. Vikings kicking and defending the east goal.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Castle here on the campus of Bristol, Tennessee High School. We have Friday Night Lights, the last Friday Night Lights of this season here at the Stone Castle. We have the homestanding Tennessee High Vikings taking on the new rival from up I-81, the Westridge Wolves. I am your host, CJ Manahan. I am here flanked by the newest of our rotating cast of colormen, Tennessee High graduate, former Tennessee High football coach, and now my sort of left-hand man here, Andy Arnold. Andy has got a little bit of insight in terms of tonight's game plan. He's had a chance to talk to Coach Holt this evening, so I'm going to throw it over to him. Andy, what do you got for us?
Thanks, CJ. So I spoke with Coach Holt earlier this week and asked him what their game plan was, and I think they're going to stick to what they normally do: ball control. Try to control the clock a little bit. Westridge is a little different than what they were last year. They don't have the trigger man that they had, but they're still a very good team to compete against.
Absolutely. Going up the middle here, we got a little quick burst through the middle, and the first play of the game is going the opposite direction, and Westridge is going to take it in for the score. What actually looked like a great kickoff over the shoulder, made a nice play to catch it, and then just kind of busted straight up the seam.
You see that sometimes when the ball hits the ground and the coverage team gets a little relaxed and get out of their lanes, and that looked like that's what happened right there. He had a wide open seam up the middle, missed a couple tackles late. Not the way you want to start for the Vikings. Not exactly, especially as we're looking at senior night here, sort of a special ceremony to start the game, celebrating all the fall sports seniors, including the football team, as well as the fabled 1972 Tennessee High National Championship team in that case. So the game begins with a bang for the Westridge Wolves, a straight up the gut touchdown on the first touch of the ball game. And they jump out to a 7-0 lead here. Tennessee High's got to quickly regroup. They're going to receive the kickoff here 17 seconds into the game with their first drive, trying to get the ship righted here as we start this process. So barely had a chance to get a breath in there. And, the smoke still has not cleared the field from the opening ceremonies here. No, nor from that gentleman's
yeah, right. He was moving quickly.
From finishing, what was that, 90?
That was about a 90, yeah, at least a 98-yard scamper there. And again, made a nice catch over his shoulder, and by the time he turned, looked like the Tennessee High coverage team was going to have him surrounded, but he was able to scoot through the middle. Once he broke that first level of contain, both Coach Arnold and I took a little bit of a gasp there.
Yes.
And we saw that coming in terms of what the potential of that was. So, got to regroup. Kickoff coming here. We've got, looks like we got 3 men deep. Maddox Fritz, Josh Green, and Josh Sizemore deep for Tennessee High. Kind of a little pooch kick to get things moving. Fritz is going to field it at the 30. He's going to take it wide here. Nice block. Take it wide. Going to start with good field position. 45-yard line appears. Nice return by Fritz, and Tennessee High set up in good field position on their first possession. So 2 good returns, one by each team to get things started. Tennessee High, 1st and 10 on their own 45.
Anytime you can start out at midfield, that's a positive to start.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Jimmy Phipps is going to key things up here for Tennessee High. He's going to be flanked by Turner Elliott and Owen Brown. It is to begin. Fritz and Sizemore out wide. DeGear, the flanker. Straight up the middle to Brown. You're going to get a couple right there. So again, as Andy said, ball control is the name of the game.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of this last week, and we saw it against Crockett in the last home game as well. When they can get those dive plays moving, it opens up a lot for the perimeter game as well. And that seems to be kind of what the game plan has been really from the start.
Well, and Jimmy has options there to give it, pull it. Sometimes it's a straight give. So early on, it's filling the defense out too.
Absolutely. Was Turner Elliott up the middle. He's got a nice hole. Put his foot in the ground right there. Took a shot, kept going forward. Then pick up first down. What we saw last week when Elliott he was kind of in and out of the backfield as the night went on, but he was the guy when they needed tough yards. He was able to get them, and obviously he's even played a little bit of quarterback this year under different circumstances. So kind of a really versatile guy, but a tough runner for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, great athlete, and I know they count on him highly on defense too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, anytime you have an athlete like that in the backfield, it's always a plus.
Absolutely, and again, he's really just kind of getting his start here, just a sophomore, I believe.
So a three-man front for Westridge opens a lot of holes. So see if we continue to attack those gaps right beside the center on both sides.
It appears that's exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to pick up 5 yards there on that carry. Again, another tough run, broke a couple of tackles there in that case. It just from the bird's eye view that we're sitting up here, we can see exactly how that defense and the splits up front definitely fit. You got, looks like, probably 4 or 5 linebackers out there, or quasi-defensive backs in that case. So that defense specifically is meant to try to keep things contained. But the outside, if you look at the space that we see in these gaps on the perimeter as well, if you can get out there, there's a ground to be made.
There is, and you'll see. Again, you can't really. Jimmy has options to pull or give that ball, and sometimes it's a straight dive, and it's really difficult to tell which one he's doing. But trying to take advantage of those gaps in the middle, but also when they line up in that front, oftentimes they're going to slant or stunt, which makes that even more difficult on the offensive side for the offensive linemen. So if we see them stunting as much as like I think they did this pass play. Then you'll see the perimeter start to open up a little bit with some of our speed that we have.
Makes perfect sense. Trying to fill gaps coming from different angles. So 3rd and short here, about 3rd and 3 it appears. Josh Bell is checked in. He's going to go wide and pitch to the perimeter. He's going to cut it up. Nice cut there. Puts his head down with a little push for a little help from his offensive line. He's going to get across the line to gain. That's going to be a first down for Tennessee High. Nice job by Josh Bell to keep those legs moving.
Yep. We shifted our tight end and that wing back over, and they did not adjust. Took advantage of it. Exactly what we wanted to do. So we'll see if the Wolves make that adjustment in the future.
Absolutely. So again, that pre-snap motion kind of didn't necessarily give away what they were going to do, but obviously they were trying to overload that side, and it worked in that particular capacity. So again, ball control is what we're seeing. A lot of straight up at the defense, short runs, getting 2 and 3 yards of carry, popping. I know this offense is really predicated on that first down play getting you 4 or 5 yards, and then that sets you up in those second and mediums, and that ultimately end up in 3rd and shorts. And we see that a lot from this offense.
Yeah, I think it's being patient and trying to, if we have them, and Coach Holt actually said this, if we have the ball, they don't.
Right.
And that's the key.
Correct. Ball's loose. Phipps is able to fall on it. We're going to lose about 4 yards there, so we're going to end up in a 3rd and long behind the sticks, about 3rd and 12. So we're kind of in no man's land here too, inside the 35. So this is probably going to be 2-play territory. So again, that affects the play calling quite a bit.
It's going to be a big play too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had it blocked really well up front.
So, but I see a lot of that in terms of the philosophy on first down is to try to make a positive play, and if you can get that, then it opens up the playbook on that second down. So here we go, 3rd down and long. Bell up the middle, still moving. Puts it back to about the original line of scrimmage, about the 30-yard line. So it's going to end up being about 4th and 10.
I think in that case they're thinking they're going for it on 4th down no matter what. So let's see how many we can get on this inside play. Maybe catch them off guard, and then we'll see what happens here on 4th and 10.
Try to pop one there, maybe get 7 or 8, and then put yourself in that same 3rd and 5.
Not many plays on the play sheet for 4th and 10.
No, there are not. So this will be interesting to see. We got a timeout, I believe.
Timeout. Westridge,
like
first charge timeout of the first half.
Get a quick timeout. We're going to step aside for a minute, get a couple of words from our sponsors, and we'll be back here to see this 4th down play here at the Stone Castle.
Bristol, Tennessee welcomes 35 new jobs this morning. Friendship Ford is coming to town.
Rain or shine, Bristol has Ford.
Car dealership with a friendly name.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
Welcome back to the VSN. 4th and 10 here for Tennessee High on their own, on the Westridge 30-yard line. And interesting. It's kind of a regular set. Going to send DeGear in motion. He's going to go out wide.
It's like man coverage.
Man coverage out on the wings. Yep.
Nope.
So head up the way. Got DeGear open, and he hit him right there. Austin DeGear with a nice route. Was able to get some separation from the defender.
Nicely done, Jimmy.
It looked like, just watching that play develop, it looked like DeGear got held a little bit there, too. He went right into the body of the defender, but he was able to get himself some separation, and a nice throw by Jimmy Phipps. Put it right on him.
Yeah, Austin's not a little guy. No. Right? I mean, but he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
And so, matching him up on that outside linebacker like that is a pretty good matchup. So we were able to isolate that and good pitch and catch. Nice throw by Jimmy. Nice catchable ball right in his middle of the body.
Absolutely. That's an underrated part of Austin DeGear's game. A guy that's played a lot of basketball, played soccer. Really a guy that has a ton of athletic ability. Owen Brown going strong up the middle. Had a little bit of a miscommunication on the handoff, but Owen said, I will take that, and take it all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Westridge defense was a little bit taken aback there as well, because it looked like Brown and Bell kind of possessed that ball at the same time. But Owen was able to take it straight ahead, and we're about at the, I'd say, 1-yard line here. 2nd and 1. Second and goal to go here.
Let's see if
Tennessee out looking to punch it in.
The way we've been running it up the middle, little different defense this time though, under center.
Yeah, and we got 2 linemen in the backfield. Going to push Jimmy in the back. Yep, a little different play. Didn't quite cross the goal line though. I've been seeing this play happen a lot more now that it's considered legal for linemen to assist, if you will, running backs and quarterbacks. I've seen it that play happen a lot more, and in that case, the Westridge wall up front was able to stop that from getting into the end zone.
I'll be honest, as a former quarterback, I would not want a lineman running up my backside, trying to push me into the end zone.
I'm sure that's a little, just from a feel perspective, you don't really know where you're going.
No.
So, turn around, hand to Bell. He's going to dive, and he is in. That's a nice, good job. Good patience there by Josh Bell. Was able to kind of feel that out and then just put his nose in there and get across the goal line for a touchdown. Tennessee High answers after that long kickoff return on the first play of the game. Nice answer by Tennessee High, pushing the ball down the field.
Thought our O-line did a good job washing everything down on that play and had a little bit of penetration on it, but Josh was able to bounce it out, adjust a tad, and find that crease.
Very good. Thatcher Hutton on for the extra point. That is up and no good. Looks like it was wide right. It was close. I couldn't tell just from the angle we were at whether that went through, but it's going to end up being wide right. And Tennessee High, after that drive, is going to trail 7-6 as we move into what we assume will be Westridge's first offensive possession here. We don't want to assume too much after that first kickoff. Obviously, their return man is quite dangerous with the ball in his hands. But again, an excellent answer right there by the Tennessee High offense. Very much like we said in the outset, a ball control style. Only threw 1 pass, right? But it was a timely one on 4th and 10.
55 yards, was it?
55 yards.
What, 7 minutes?
Shoot the clock up. Almost exactly like from the Josh Holt playbook right there in terms of what that's all about.
That's what you want to do.
So, second time around here that Westridge will be fielding a kickoff. Ran the first one back about 92 yards for a touchdown. Second go around here. And the ball's going the other direction, kicking across to the other complete opposite side. Nice tackle there. Ran him down. Westridge is going to start their second drive from the 33-yard line. Once bitten, twice shy there. The directional kick went to the exact opposite end of the field. So
that was Trent Tatum.
Trent Tatum.
I mean,
it's a nice
offensive
yeah,
lineman.
Got down there in a hurry.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Good feet.
Yep.
Kept him contained, and then went and got cleaned up the tackle.
So let's see. Our Tennessee High defense has been resting on there for a good 8 minutes now. So we'll see if they're awake or not.
They haven't really been on the field at all to this point. Inside handoff to Westridge running back. It is our man number 10 that took it to length of the field there. So again, not surprising.
That is the one guy that Josh mentioned, that Coach Hope mentioned. So you know what? I looked at the wrong roster. That was Jacob Ray that made that.
Jacob Ray, yes, it was. Yes, Jacob Ray.
My
Yep,
apologies on
absolutely.
that,
Number 75 did a great job.
Yep. Yeah, Cade Bryant for Westridge. Pretty good athlete, number 10.
Yeah, he's proven that already. So Westridge, inside handoff, nicely done right there by Jayshon Herndon. Really got in quick. That's one thing about Jayshon that we'll see throughout the night is the length. Couldn't tell. We got a little bit of jawing back and forth there.
Yeah, I think Jayshon got a little too amped up there after once he let's go with the right there. Got a little extra shove.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 24 on the defense. The result is a first down.
So that's going to cost Tennessee High 15 yards. Going to push the ball out right to the 50-yard line.
Just got to make better
Yeah,
decisions.
hate to see that. Make a great play and then unfortunately give all that back plus some. Coach Holt doing a little instruction there. I happened to catch that. It's what's got to happen. Young players, guys that don't have a ton of experience, got to learn to play out there.
Little wing T action from Westridge now. I mean, it's can be tricky.
There's a lot of ball movement and a lot of player movement as well in that set. 3 backs that you got to account for, plus the quarterback. And we've seen already with a couple of plays a complete turn by the quarterback. The ball's hidden, and then all of a sudden you got to be able to find it defensively.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reads that take place on the defensive side when they're reading down linemen. If they're pulling, are they going with them? Are they squeezing? So depending upon the game plan that Coach Chandler and the defensive staff have put together, not the first time they've seen the wing T over their career, but this season probably so.
Right.
Well done there.
Nice job diving down. That's Nick Osborne with the tackle right there. Read that perfectly. Now, see, this reminds me a little bit of kind of like the old Georgia Tech offense when Paul Johnson was coaching there. A lot of movement, sometimes pre-snap, but you also got all these guys that are moving all over the place. There'll be fakes, there'll be ball handling, there'll be all of that happening in this. Keeping your eye discipline is the key in a lot of this. I got schooled on the old eye discipline concept a while back in terms of what that actually
Tennessee
means.
High first charge
you hear all these
timeout
commentators
first half.
talking about it, and I was like, "What does that even mean?" Right?
Are you talking about the alignment for the defense?
Yes, defensive specifically. Yeah, absolutely. So now I just work that all in like I know what I'm talking about.
There you go, man.
So
You've been doing it for a long time.
Been doing this long enough now. All right, so we got a timeout on the field. We're going to step aside shortly here for a couple of words, and we'll be back here on the VSN.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
Welcome back to the VSN. We've got 3rd and 4. Westridge has crossed the 50-yard line into Viking territory. 3rd down and 4. Ball on the 43. Pre-snap motion. They pulled that one. That was nice. Yep, veer play. That's kind of what we were talking about. That ball handling, when it's done well, makes it really hard to find where that's at. That dive play is sort of the bread and butter, but when that ball gets pulled, those guys on the outside really have to keep contained. In that case, we crashed down hard, and the Westridge quarterback was able to turn the corner.
Yeah, when you mix the veer play, which you're going to see. I thought we were going to have a replay there, but that's okay. That's all right. When you mix that in with the wing T, it puts the defense in a bind because it basically gives them a false read.
Yeah.
So.
Oop, it looked like heading back out here. Nice job by Jackson Elliott to be able to run that down. It looked like there was a little miscommunication there at the beginning of that play. Had a broken play, and then quarterback was running for his life. Jackson Elliott was able to snuff that one out, basically for no gain and maybe even a short loss. Yep, he turned around. There was nobody there, and then he was just trying to make something out of nothing. The Tennessee High defense was able to get out there and get that stopped.
Easier said than done, but in those situations, that young man should have tucked that ball and just tried to get upfield and at least get back to the line of scrimmage instead of taking a loss for. Well, I guess he did get back to the line of scrimmage, didn't he?
Did about as well as he could under that circumstance. There's a pitch outside. Nice job by Turner Elliott getting up the field, and here comes the cavalry.
Well done, Jim.
Nicely job. Nice job. There we have, and that should be a penalty right there. We see the same thing on the field going the other direction, it appears. So really nice play getting upfield, breaking that play up. Number 2, Turner Elliott got in there quickly, and then the defensive line was able to come in and really push that play back about 10-yard, close to a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, I think Coach Chandler will be pleased with the pursuit on that, and also Turner setting the edge. That's one of the things you'll hear. Those guys are.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, number 23.
Yeah.
The penalty is enforced at the end of the run, 15 yards.
So we've
it is
had
third down.
One go each direction here on this drive. So that's offset. But that, Miles out. That one really hurts. After losing close to 10 yards, you're going to add another 15 onto that. So now we have third and a country mile here. Looks 30? Third and 30 something. Yeah, it appears.
I don't know that the down digits on the scoreboard have.
I mean, 32 yards, third and 32 to go. Yeah. Thanks to the PA announcer here. I'm not a math guy. I taught social studies, so yeah.
I'll let computers do the counting.
So Westridge, kind of a diamond formation here.
Well, empty backfield, but apparently the referee did not like it.
Yeah. So he is, I think we're going to call it an illegal formation of some type here, it appears. Or we have
prior to the snap, encroachment on the offense, number 42, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Zone, it appears. So we end up back in 5 yards, 5 more yards up to third and 37. You don't see that very often. Usually those guys come over there and they check with the referee to see if that was if they're in good shape.
Yeah.
Didn't happen that time.
No. Although 42 is generally not a normal receiver number, so you wonder if he's normally out there. But an empty backfield, we'll see if we're going
to go single coverage up. He's going to take off. Good job by Tennessee High. Maddox Fritz did a good job of kind of snuffing that one out. He saw that receiver was going to try to go long on him, and he just kind of backpedaled into that space. And by that time, Westridge quarterback had to tuck and go. Good pursuit. We saw that last week against Boone. The front four really did a good job on passing downs of getting after the Daniel Boone quarterback and disrupted a lot of his throws. So that front four has done a really good job in the games that I've seen of getting pressure without having to blitz, which is that's huge. It really helps your secondary out for sure.
Absolutely. So the first punt of the game.
A little high snap. Ooh, came in tight. May got a piece of that.
Get out of the way.
Yep. And that ball only goes about 10 yards or thereabouts. It couldn't tell if it was tipped, but it was darn close. If he didn't. It was Turner Elliott again, I believe, coming off the corner. Getting in there, disrupting that. So, Tennessee High will take over just on their side of the 50-yard line. Kind of an interesting back and forth drive in that case, with Tennessee High coming out after a unsportsmanlike penalty went against them. Westridge drove into Viking territory close to the 30-yard line and then was turned away. And then a short punt now gives Tennessee High possession with a chance to cross the 50-yard line on the first play. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Going to go out wide with Josh Green. He's got a nice hole, accelerates through it, and gets a first down. Nice play by Josh. There's an element that was missing last week, the speed to the edge. Josh definitely does bring that. he's a different type of runner than the other backs on the roster.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think that was Owen Brown, that our motion man that came across and he had a great kick out block. Oh no, it was Austin. No, it was.
Yeah, DeGear was a combination block there with DeGear and Brown. Were able to create an alley there. So nice gain of first down to another first down. Here goes Josh Green again wide, breaks a couple of tackles and falls forward. Looks like he's going to pick up about 2 or 3. That play had some potential as well, because kind of the same play going the opposite way.
Well, he runs hard.
He does run hard, and he is quick. That's the thing about him. He gets to the second level very quickly. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Very interesting first quarter. Long kickoff return to kick off the game. Tennessee High goes on a long, about 7 or 8 minute drive to score. Misses the extra point. And then we kind of had, like I said, that kind of strange back and forth with personal foul penalties or unsportsmanlike penalties on that drive. So Tennessee High will begin the ball in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 on their 35. We're going to break here for a few. We'll be back here shortly on the VSN for the second quarter action here at the Stone Castle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 20-yard line on the field house end of the stadium. Let's give a big warm welcome to one of our own, former Viking baseball great Gavin Cross. Gavin helped the Viking baseball team qualify for regionals all 4 years and capped off his senior season with a regional championship in 2019. Individually, Gavin holds THS single-season records for stolen bases and extra base hits with 31. After graduating, Gavin went on to Virginia Tech and had a stellar baseball career, achieving All-American and competing with USA Baseball. He was recently selected as the number 9 overall pick by the Kansas City Royals in this past summer's MLB draft. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back to the castle, Gavin Cross.
Welcome back to the VSN. Second quarter action here, kicking it off. Tennessee High, 2nd and 8 on their 35-yard line. Similar set that they've used, kind of split backs with DeGear in motion. Here comes Josh Green off tackle, trying to get outside. Not going to be able to turn the corner. Nice job by Westridge, kind of stringing that out. Yeah,
good pursuit by them. I think we're trying to get, obviously, Josh on the edge, but right now Westridge is doing a very good job of setting that edge and getting good pursuit to it as well.
Well, we know that. I mean, any scouting report was going to say that that's certainly his strength. If he can get to the edge and turn the corner, he's tough to bring down, and he will scoot on you for sure. The rest of the Tennessee High backfield tends to be more one-cut guys or straight up the field, and so he provides a little different element in that case. So we are now 3rd and 8, 35-yard line again, kind of in that medium zone here, where 2 plays probably are going to be in the plan. Jimmy gets to the edge, tosses to DeGear. Similar play to what we saw, undercut by Bryant on the defensive end, knocked that down, and we're now going to have our second 4th down. Inside the Westridge 40-yard line.
Thrown a bit behind Austin on that one, and great coverage.
Yep.
Jimmy's fortunate to not have that one picked and possibly even gone back the other way.
Because he was undercutting right there, and his momentum probably would have been carrying him forward. Would have been tough to bring him down in that case. So it looks like Thatcher Hutton's going to come on and try to pin Westridge deep with that 4th and 8 with nothing gained on that 3rd down call. Just like the play to be made here. Ball's going to land short and kick into the end zone. Just looked like it had an opportunity maybe to die right there inside the 10-yard line, but it scooted in the end zone for a touchback, and Westridge will take over with just a little over 11 minutes to go at their own 20-yard line. So back-to-back stops by the defenses after a kind of a hectic beginning. So things settling in here at the Stone Castle as we head into second quarter action here.
Let's see if the Viking defense can step up once more and try to contain this group. It would have been interesting that last series if they did not get that 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, but that's the game.
So it would have been about 2nd and 15 just on that exchange. Ball's pulled. Nicely, John. Nice job.
How you play it
blew up the middle of the defense, blew up the dive play, and forced the Westridge quarterback to keep it, and he just had nowhere to go. So
yeah, when you're, I thought we had a replay coming up there, but that's
here
all right.
it goes. Here it is.
Yeah, there we go. So when you blow this up right here, I think it is. Go ahead and let it play there, Colin. There you go. Well, we'll get the next one. No, it jumped about 3 or 4 seconds.
Deep pass into double coverage. Nice job by the Viking defense there. DeGear and Fritz saw that all the way. Tried to run a little seam route, but the defensive backfield was all over that. So ball falls harmlessly, and now we have another long third down for the Westridge Wolves. 3rd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. So again, not a ton of plays in the playbook for this either.
No, not at all.
Trying to be pretty conservative here, I would suspect.
And that last play, those 2 routes on top of each other, not what Westridge wanted, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
2 guys in the same area.
Exactly. Be covered by 1 guy pretty
much. And ball is going to pretty short pattern there. Goes incomplete, and Westridge is going to go 3 and out.
Looked like a little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver on that one as well.
There's a little bit of a hole there, but again, it would have been about a 5-yard pass with 10 more yards to go. It looks like Tennessee High was going to get that stopped regardless. So, interesting now. We're going to see a punt from Westridge deep in their own zone. Punter is going to be pretty close to the end zone here. And the last punt was almost blocked. So
snapped over his head first,
yeah,
right?
It was a high snap originally, yeah, absolutely. So we got Logan Tudor, and looks like we're going to play a little bit more punt safe here. Ball's kicked up straight up. Going to get a little bit of a roll, but is going to stay on the Tennessee High side of the 50-yard line. So out of bounds. That drive only took about a minute off the clock, and Tennessee High is going to get the ball in Westridge territory to start this next drive. So right to what you said. The Tennessee High defense stood up strong right there. Really didn't give Westridge much room to breathe in that case at all.
No, not at all. That veer play that started that drive off, we blew up the mesh point, and that causes the severe problems when you do that.
Absolutely. So 1 back set here, 2 wides. I'm going to bring Maddox Fitz into the backfield. On cue, he's going to cut it up. Not much there. Westridge was ready for that, had it scouted. And 3 Westridge Wolves there to meet Maddox Fritz before he can turn the corner.
Yeah, I don't think we had the numbers, obviously, on that side right there, or we didn't get the lineman out like we had hoped to pull on that one. So,
2 guys there waiting for Fritz. He had just nowhere to go.
Yeah, no room.
Yeah, so 2nd and 12, lost a 2 on that play. Switching things up to a 1-back set, kind of running Fritz out of the slot. There's Bell up the middle. He's going to get just a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. We're going to be setting up for about a 3rd and 9 here from the Tennessee High 47 yard line. So again, a lot of 3rd and long so far.
Yeah,
both sides.
It is, yeah, and that's not ideal. I don't think for either side, to be honest with you. I'm not talked to the coach at Westridge, but the way they're playing right now, I don't think that's in their game plan either. To be in 3rd and long situations.
Yeah. You're setting up in 3-back sets and wing T sets. Most oftentimes, the 3rd and longs are the sort of the bane of that whole setup.
Exactly.
So another rollout for Jimmy here. He's going to find, and that one is picked off. Undercut, almost a straight up facsimile of what we saw on the play before.
Yeah.
They're reading that very directly, and Bryant was able to snuff that one out and pick it off. Nice play, good hands right there. A hands catch. Trying to flood that area with receivers, but he saw that one coming. Had two guys kind of in a similar area there.
Yeah, the route relationships of those 2 receivers not real good.
Yeah.
Got a little condensed on that, and again had 2 guys. Really, 1 guy could cover 2 of our receivers on that one. Not ideal.
Yeah, absolutely. So turnover there. Ball back to Westridge, basically to the spot of the punt. And the Viking defense now back on the field. Westridge set up in that kind of wing T set. 2 wides off of that. Straight down the line. Quarterback can turn it up and really not get much. Good defense there. Tennessee High was able to snuff that out from the beginning.
Yeah, it looked like another veer play that we just disrupted at the mesh point. And whenever you cause that quarterback to run a little bubble after he pulls the ball, that just adds 2 or 3 more yards he's got to get before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it totally disrupts that play.
The north and south versus east and west relationship there.
That's exactly right.
Unless you've got a quarterback that has just fantastic athletic ability, that's going to be a tough one for them to operate in. So 2nd and 8. Drop back, straight drop back. Tennessee High getting some pressure. Ball's out wide and incomplete. Again, what we're seeing up front is Tennessee High's both strength and quickness up front causing the Westridge offensive line a lot of trouble, both on the run and the pass. In that case, Micah Norton came straight up the middle and was in the quarterback's lap before he was able to really get set.
We're definitely moving that line of scrimmage on the snap, so we're getting a good push up front. And at that point, the quarterback had his offensive lineman in his lap, and he really couldn't get the ball away. Retreating still when he tried to throw.
Didn't have his feet set before he let it go.
Not at
so
all.
3rd and 8, again, another 3rd and long. Pitch wide. Tennessee High trying to string it out. Stepping up to try to get that tackle, and we're going to end up with still going. We can't tell if he stepped out of bounds or not. The ball's on the far end of the field, so we can't really see exactly how far he was able to. It's going to end up being really close, about a 4th and 1. Picked up about 3 or 4 extra yards there by just keeping his feet churning.
Well, we had 2 opportunities to make a tackle a little bit right there.
1 for the Wolves.
Got a little bit of help from his offensive lineman there by staying in bounds. And that forward momentum wasn't really stopped right until the end of that play. So 4th and 1. Tried to draw Tennessee High offside. They were able to stay onside there. 4th and 1. Looking for a play change here. See a play being signaled in from the Westridge sideline.
You wonder where the play clock is.
Yeah, taking a lot of time here.
See the back judge.
There's a little pitch inside, and a nice play by Jay Sean Herndon, who absolutely blew that play up. And I don't think we see the running back and the quarterback having a discussion. I don't think that's exactly how that was supposed to go. No, this was supposed to come the other direction. You can see that now in the replay. That was supposed to be a pitch that was coming around to the wide side of the field, and it just did not happen. I'm not sure that it would matter because Jay Sean was in the backfield before that ball was really even hit the running back's hands.
Yeah, again, our front, the front 4 of Tennessee High is really taking charge of the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. We'll see if Tennessee High's offense can get on track here. There's been not a whole lot of ball movement on either side. There goes Turner Elliott with a nice run on first down. Is going to get really close to the first down. May have it. Really nice run there. Setting the tone for this drive. A little bit short, but gained almost, looks like about 9.5 on that play.
Good inside zone there. Running through tackles.
Yeah.
Good hard run by Turner.
Just love how hard he runs. He very rarely gets taken down by the first contact.
Yeah, arm tackling is not going to do the job with number 2.
I agree with that from what I have seen. It's a little bit of offset eye here. Elliott's going to go up the middle. He's going to get the first down and a couple more. This is the type. This is how you want to start drives in this particular offense.
Yes, right? Agreed. Yeah, and we'd gotten away from that a little bit in the previous 2 drives. So nice to see getting back between the tackles again.
Absolutely. So Friendship first down in that case. Onto the 40-yard line, nose of the ball on the 40. Just under 6 minutes to go. So again, you'd love to see Tennessee High take this down right here, run this clock down, and punch it in before halftime.
Yep.
Going to receive the second half kickoff as well. So, kind of a crucial drive here. Get some points on the board. There goes Elliott up the middle again. Again, he's going to pick up about 5 on first down.
He's not getting touched until he's 2 or 3 yards downfield. I mean, that's, again, offensively and defensively now up front, we're setting the tone, and I'm sure that Coach Pinnell is thrilled with that on the offensive side.
Absolutely. That just opens up so much more than what you can do when those first down plays net you 5 yards or more. Your playbook opens up quite a bit. One thing we haven't seen yet is Jimmy Phipps very much has the ability to use his legs.
Right.
Get him to the perimeter. We've seen him turn the corner and take a couple to the house this year in those scenarios. So know that is part of the game plan as well. Goes Brown up the middle. Not much there. A little bit of missed time on the handoff there, it looked like. It wasn't quite smooth. Just wasn't anywhere to go. He's going to fall forward for about a half a yard. We're going to end up with about a 3rd and 5, somewhere in that range, 4.5, 5 yards.
You know, when we're running that, it looked like that was an inside zone play, and we didn't get up on the linebacker. So, you know, that's a cut that Josh has got to make a decision on if he wants to try to bounce it outside or just get what he can get.
Yeah.
Obviously on that one, just get what you can get, and fell forward for a yard or so.
Yeah. All right, so we got a 3rd and 4. Straight up the middle to Elliott, who, again, breaks 2 or 3 tackles. Could have been stopped for about a 1-yard gain. Wasn't going to go down, and ends up getting about 5 on that play. That's just a huge play there on 3rd down to be able to move the chains.
Yep, agreed. And again, looking like it's a zone or almost like an old school isolation play with a lead back up in there, and then telling the running back with the ball to find the crease. Did just that, running hard and really gashing Westridge up front right now.
So we've got kind of a rotating set of backs here. We've got Elliott's been in, we've seen Owen Brown in, we've seen Josh Bell in, and now Josh Green back in the game. Going to take that. No, Jimmy pulled that one. I'd called for it, and there it was. I was following Josh Green to the other side of the field. Faked me out, so nicely done. It's going to pick up a couple there. So again, keeping the defense honest. Did a good job there. He fooled me.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, and again, you don't know if that's a read on his part or not. He may be reading that end. You know, questionable that time. If it was a read, because the end really stayed home.
Yeah.
And I think, is that number 10 that's playing defensive end down? No.
Yeah. He's been all over the field.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pass out wide to Fritz. I think he was able to haul that in. And he was. Nice hands catch. Bobbled it, but I think caught it on the way down. Both of the referees on the edge there seem to give him credit for it. So, big play that picked up about 5. So we're going to end up with a 3rd and 1. Good spot throw there by Jimmy too. Put it right there where only his guy could get it.
Yep, exactly.
So 3rd and 1, straight forward up the middle. Josh Green's going to break it up the middle. Back is still going. Almost broke that one for what could have been a race to the pylon, but good run. Nice hard run by Josh Green up through the middle. Broke a couple of tackles, a little spin move there.
Great cut by Josh on that one. Stuck his foot in the ground, made one guy miss. Right in the line of scrimmage, right there.
Yep. That is a friendship 1st down inside the 10-yard line. So goal to go here. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line for Tennessee High. And just as we said, running the clock down here, going to be under 2 minutes to go after this play. Not leaving a whole lot of time for Westridge to operate if we can punch it in. There goes Green up the middle, made a nice little jump cut. Going to drive down. The ball was ripped. See the Westridge players ripping at it. Couldn't tell if that ball came loose or not.
27, Josh Green on the carry.
Like his forward progress must have been stopped, but I definitely see that all the time now. That's something that's being coached up. And to hold that guy up and try to rip that ball out. You can tell, see number 10 right there, really ripping hard at that ball.
Absolutely.
Couldn't tell if that ball actually did come loose, but it seemed like forward progress was stopped by that point. So under 2 minutes to go, minute 45. Tennessee High content to take their time here.
Absolutely.
2nd and 2, got 2 plays, or 3 plays to get the ball 2 yards. So not in any hurry here.
I'm sure they'd be fine to take all 3 plays.
I guarantee it. So heavy package in. Micah Norton actually in motion. Ball comes off to the side. Josh Bell is going to keep driving and just shy of the goal line. And again, not the worst thing. Right?
No.
Advance the ball inside the 1-yard line, it appeared. The heavy package in that case, deemed by Trey Arrington back in the Crockett game, the plunder package, if I do recall. Right? The plunder package. It's Vikings and such, you know.
Oh,
I
true,
like it.
yes.
I like it.
I understand.
Yeah. There is the push play, if you will, from the plunder package, right? And a touchdown for Tennessee High.
Yes.
Able to push this in with less than a minute to go. Big play. What if they're going to go for 2 here? Probably will with the score at 12-7. Yep, Phipps is staying on the field, so it looks like a 2-point conversion is coming. An opportunity there.
Good solid drive for the
Absolutely.
Vikings there. And again, like you mentioned earlier, you almost have a 2-for-1 in that you're scoring right before the half and then we get the ball back right, assuming that we play good special teams here in a few minutes anyway.
Absolutely. So Phipps with 3 wides, big shift, and then we got a flag coming in.
Yep, can't do that.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 61, 5-yard penalty. Redo the try.
And a whole mess of motion going on there, and then important offensive lineman move there up front.
Yep, that's Jimmy. Jimmy will something he's got to learn. Make sure that everybody, those 5 linemen, are set before he puts his receivers in motion. So.
All right, so a little bit more room to work with here
in
this case. So it's not as condensed and moving the ball back to close to the 10-yard line. Big offensive shift, going to go under center here. 4 wides now. And I think that's Evan Bedwell that was out wide there. Looking to toss into the end zone. Had him there for a second, but incomplete. Ball was a little bit short. Kind of a wild set there. Offensive lineman in the slot. Yeah.
That was a great concept.
Yeah.
It just didn't trying to get Austin snuck out there.
Right. With all of the attention over here on the right-hand side.
Well, and when they made that shift, Austin ended up being at the
30-yard line.
So sometimes he can get lost in the shuffle, but unfortunately, he didn't hide himself very well.
Jaden Heller.
So
Jaden is starting an inside linebacker for Virginia Tech currently. Let's all welcome Jaden back to the Stone Castle.
Supporting his hometown and his school on senior night. Proud of that kid. He's one of the better kids I had in my entire experience, both coaching and teaching in here in the Bristol, Tennessee City School System. Very proud of Jaden up there, up in Hokieville. So, Tennessee High getting ready to kick off here. 55 seconds to go. Long sustained drive. Weren't able to get either of the 2-point after, so we sit here at 12-7. Yep. With 55 seconds to go. But yeah, this will be a big stop here. We get to halftime with no more further damage done. A little pooch kick here by Hutton. Ball's going to drop short. Yeah, it's going to give Tennessee High plenty of time to get down there and try to make a stop. There's Elliott again. Really nice job by the gunner there to make the tackle. That's Turner Elliott, who seems to be all over the field.
Didn't he, though?
Yes, made plays all over the field.
I don't know that you could pooch a kick better than that. Well done.
Yeah.
Is that Thatcher?
That Thatcher Hutton put that right there. It's just, I mean, when you try to execute something like that, it's got to be close enough to the boundary to matter, but also not too close where it bounces out of bounds. Not just kind of deadened perfectly, bounce straight up and allow Tennessee High to get down there.
Nice little sand wedge there.
Yep, 25-yard line. So long field to go for Westridge. See how this first play goes. Usually this kind of determines what they're going to end up doing. Nice play up front again. Marcus Phelps was there to get that stopped. So not much movement up front. Tennessee High's ends and their tackles up front have done a great job of getting penetration right out of the gate, and there's just not been much room to run for the Westridge backs.
No, there's not at all. And that's a great play by Marcus, but to be honest, he didn't get blocked.
So that always helps from the defensive side. Ooh, that ball almost got tipped up. Maddox Fritz was in the area. If that stays in the air much longer, he's going to walk in for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
So 22 seconds to go. Wouldn't be shocked to see Westridge take a knee here and maybe take this into halftime.
Did we call it? Incomplete.
It was incomplete pass. So Tennessee High still has 2 timeouts, so they could force a punt here. In this case,
the way Westridge punted the first time wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, might be a bit of an adventure. So again, Tennessee High probably looking to play a little bit more conservatively on the defensive, but maybe try to get some pressure with that front 4. Yeah, Logan Tudor kind of playing center field there. Got to make a tackle. Right. There goes Marcus with a Marcus making a really nice play right there. Got a flag on the field. Westridge back almost squirted out of there. Good hustle by Phelps to be able to stop that play from getting past the first down marker. I think it's going to be a hold, so may end up declining this and forcing a punt.
One would think.
Block in the back.
Okay.
On the offense.
He's going to decline that, and we're going to force a punt here. Fourth, and it's going to be fourth.
Block in the back 5. On the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
So Westridge is going to line up for what I assume is going to be a punt here. Yep, here they come. Punt team's coming on. And you go attack this here, yeah.
I think
there's not much to lose.
No,
right?
I mean if you rough him, they've got.
They'll have 10 seconds left, maybe
or less.
Yes,
yeah. If you have one, if you have a punt block, which I'm sure that we do.
Yeah.
But that's easy for me to say. I'm sitting up here.
It's true enough.
I don't have the pressure to win this game.
You're right.
So.
Yeah.
Looks like we're safe punt.
Yeah. See if we can set up a return, possibly.
I think.
Yep. Oh, that's just kind of end-over-end deal. Is going to bounce out of bounds at kind of harmlessly inside the 40-yard line. Marcus Phelps blew that up, right? He had a chance maybe to get there. But
I see Jimmy taking a knee, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Discretion being the better part of valor in this case.
Yes.
Knowing that you're getting the ball coming out in the second half. So really good close to the half by Tennessee High here. Both defensively, they've been really strong. The only points that they've given up are on a long kickoff return on special teams. So the defense really has really given up next to nothing. Offense has started to move the ball a little bit, so Coach Holt's got to feel good about that going into halftime. And again, getting the ball coming out. A score there would be really huge.
Somebody on the line of scrimmage there. There we go.
So Jimmy Phipps is going to take a knee, and we're going to take this into halftime with Tennessee High up 12-7 over Westridge. Kind of an interesting first half. A lot of action in a couple of different ways. Some special teams taking precedent to start the game, and then Tennessee High starting to control the ball offensively. And defensively, the defense has just played lights out.
They have, yes. They played really well. Got great pressure up front, and for the most part, tackled real well.
Yeah.
Pursuit.
Absolutely.
Good pursuit, and I think for the most part, I think Coach Chandler and defensive staff will be happy. Same thing on the offensive side, really. I mean, we've had a couple, I think the penalty we had that set us back for 15 yards, that really got us off our task, the direction we were headed there. So, but overall, yeah, you'd like to make the 2 extra points to be up a full touchdown, but I think overall a pretty good half.
I agree. All right, so we're going to step aside here for halftime festivities. We've got the band coming out. We've got I believe we've got the dance team as well. Senior night here at Tennessee High. Also recognizing the fabled 1972 national championship team and all of those guys that have made the trip here to Bristol this evening. Big celebration for those guys. 50th anniversary of that group. Pretty awesome set of festivities here on senior night at the Stone Castle. So we will be back in about 20 minutes for second half action here on the Viking Sports Network. We'll be back shortly.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank. That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance won't check the box. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Tennessee High School Mighty Viking Band. The band is under the direction of David Ceremonies, Deanna Jennings, and Spencer Fink. Additional staff includes Wesley LaRue, Sarah Stacy, Ashley Koppelman, Lawrence Rucker, Bailey Rash, Hunter Newbrower, Jonah Rutherford, Rebecca Holly Lester, and Hannah Kissler. The drum major is Maddie Smith, and the assistant drum major is Katie Ellis. Band officers include Danny Glass, Elizabeth Gilbert, Ella Marie Finch, Will Parker, Carla Koppelman, Denise Benonis, Ethan Webb, Micah Bechtel, Grayson Webb, Jeremiah Webb, Adam Peel, McKinsey Smith, Mason Galloway, Hunter Finch, Brianna Klaus, Ray Mulder, Brinley Willis, Peter Paulson, Delaney Rogers, and Chelsea Sullivan. Tonight the band will be performing their 2022 show, Voice to the Howler, which includes music composed by Shane Waltney, Matt Pirosa, Jeremy Calkin, Diego Rie, and Ryan Valky. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time the band would like to honor the memory of Westridge Band member and clarinet player Gracie McBride. Gracie tragically and unexpectedly passed on October 1st of this year. The Tennessee High Mighty Viking Band is wearing a blue ribbon tonight for Gracie, and they wish to dedicate their performance to her memory. They are asking also that we take this time to pause for a moment of silence for Gracie and her family. and we thank you. And now, under the field direction of Drum Major Matty Smith, the Tennessee High School Mighty Viking Band. by competing at John's Battle on October 29th. They would love to have you come out and show your support. At this time, we would like to recognize our senior band members and their families. Gianna Janae Eo Williams is accompanied by her parents, Teddy Eo and Scott Williams. After Tennessee High School, Gianna plans to attend High Point University for interior design. Cleo Brienne Cox is accompanied by her mother, Barbara Lynch, aunt and uncle, Gina and Jeff Taylor, and sister, Courtney Dawes. After Tennessee High, Cleo plans to attend East Tennessee State University for physical therapy and exercise science. Catherine Isabella Ellis is accompanied by her mother, Amy Ellis, and aunt and uncle, Isabella and Quinn Howard. After Tennessee High School, Katie plans to attend THS Music Education and Psychology. Seth Nathaniel Emery is accompanied by his parents Scott and Joy Emery and brothers Tobler and Luke. After Tennessee High, Seth plans to enter ETSU for Information Systems. Leah Elizabeth Fallon is accompanied by her mother and stepfather, Courtney Pascal and John White, and boyfriend Jacob Leonard. After Tennessee High, Leah plans to attend ETSU for nursing. Andrew Joseph Feltman is accompanied by his parents, Robbie and Jessica Feltman. After school, AJ plans to attend a college or university. Beth Kaylee Gilbert is accompanied by her aunt Jennifer Gilbert, sister Emma Gilbert, and cousins Kara Gilbert and Savannah Thomas. After Tennessee High, Beth plans to attend ETSU for biology with a minor in music. Danny Glad is accompanied by her parents, Katie Shoemaker and Greg Lawson. After Tennessee High, Danny plans to attend ETSU for psychology. Brianna Nicole Goodman is accompanied by her mother, Amy Goodman, and sister Jayla Goodman. After Tennessee High, Brianna plans to attend Northeast State for astronomy with a minor in astrophysics. Aaron James Gregg is accompanied by his father, Anthony Gregg. After Tennessee High, Aaron plans to attend ETSU for music. William Lee Parker is accompanied by his parents, Michael and Danielle Parker, brother Matt Tommy and Danetta Jones. After Tennessee High, Will plans to attend Middle Tennessee State University for pre-law and English. Peter Vernon Paulson. Carrie Lynn and Stephen Paulson. After Tennessee High, Peter plans to attend ETSU for cybersecurity and music. Adam Robert Peel. By his parents in the coal field, and grandparents Les and Demarest Travis. After Tennessee High, Adam plans to attend Brigham Young University for health science. Denise Page Canone is accompanied by her parents, Darlene and Chris Canone. After Tennessee High, Denise plans to attend ETSU for music, education, and history education. Maddie Gray Smith is accompanied by her parents, Mark and Deborah Smith, and sister Mackenzie and Marissa Smith. After Tennessee High, Maddie plans to attend Liberty University for music education. Cheyenne Ilana Trio is accompanied by her parents, Carla and Albert Trio. After Tennessee High, Cheyenne plans to attend Milligan University for business administration and minor in music. Braden Cole Waldorf. Grayson Williams Webb and Jeremiah Evans Webb are accompanied by their mother, Eve Webb. After Tennessee High, Ethan plans to attend University. Grayson plans to attend Peabody Community College, and Jeremiah plans to attend Boston University for computer science. Joshua Roger Wilcox is accompanied by his father, James Wilcox. After Tennessee High, Josh plans to join the Marine Corps. Let's give another round of applause to the Mighty Viking Band, class of 2022 senior members. Mr. Ceremonies, band staff, band boosters, and band students would like to thank you seniors for your years of service, hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to our band family. It has truly been an honor to work with you. Congratulations, senior band members.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Vikettes.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, you're crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie. Yeah, they said you was high class, well, that was just a lie.
Let's hear it for the Vikettes. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board. Today, we have had a great reunion, and we are proud to celebrate the winningest era in Tennessee high school football history. This era consisted of the 1970, 71, 72, and 73 teams. Those teams went 10-1, 12-0, 13-0, and 9-1, amassing a 4-year record of 44-2. These teams produced back-to-back state championships in 1971 and 72, and the national championship in 1972. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back the teams of 1970, 71, 72, and 73 to the Stone Castle.
Welcome back to the VSN. We have second half action here, getting ready to kick off. Westridge is going to be kicking Tennessee High. Tennessee High is going to receive this second half kickoff after a big drive to take the lead here towards the end of the first half. So this is a big drive here for Tennessee High coming out in the third quarter. If they can get points here, push this game out to 2 scores, that seems like a big lead, especially how their defense is playing.
Absolutely. You know, and I'm interested to see if it's the old adage of it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of deal is in place. With the Viking offense, we've been running it really well right up the middle, and you know, with great amount of success for that matter. And they've never really, Westridge has not been able to stop the Vikings yet. So we'll see if that continues, and we'll see if we open up a little bit and try to hit them with a long ball here there with play action.
Fritz going to take that kickoff. He and Green kind of getting together. We've got a Westridge player without a lid out there. Flags littering the field, so we'll see what this initial call is to kick off the second half. Got a referees convention out here to figure things out.
Legends galore rolling in the castle tonight.
Yes.
Man. Just had the one and only Rocky Clay walk past us.
Well, you know, with the 1972 team will
Here the run, we have illegal participation on number 38 on the kicking team, participating after the helmet was came off, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Interesting. So Tennessee High, the recipient, I was mentioning the Westridge player without a lid, ends up participating in the play, and it's going to cost his team 15 yards. So a gift there. Tennessee High is going to end up starting their possession at the 40-yard line.
It's the worst starting field position of the night, I believe, for the Vikings.
Ironically, yes. The way things have been going, this is kind of how that's going. Low snap. Phipps is going to make something out of nothing though good and he continues to drive. Yeah, made a good call. So obviously there was a hole there to begin with. The offensive line did a good job of opening that up.
And he had basically 3 lead blockers ahead of him. So the intention, the ball carrier that was supposed to get the ball, but yeah,
ends up with about an 8-yard gain there on first down.
Get vertical whenever that happens, and get what you can get.
Absolutely. So second down and 2, positive gain on first down. Tennessee High coming out with that split back set. Looks like Brown and Elliott in this set. Fake, just what we had just mentioned. Phipps is going to scramble and end up losing a couple. Looked like they were going for that shot play there. Kind of starting the second half, sending Fritz down the seam, seeing if they could bust one open. So good time to do it too on a second and short.
Sure.
So we end up now with a 3rd and 3 thereabouts. So didn't lose a whole lot on that, but again, a good time to see if we can push one down the field.
Like a 2-man route, not many options there. Westridge has shifted their defense a little bit now, a 4-man front. So we'll see if there's if that makes a difference on how they defend us up front.
Yeah, I would say after that first half, losing the battle at the line of scrimmage, trying to get a couple of guys up there. And the ball is loose. Ball came through. Phipps' hand is still loose and is now still loose. And finally is going to be fallen upon by Westridge there. A big play. Phipps took a big hit there as well as he was reaching down to get the...
That does not look good.
Yeah. So Westridge is going to take over inside the Viking 15-yard line after that miscue on the snap. So big turnover. One of those plays that you definitely do not want to see, especially with the ball going backwards.
After the play, sideline warning on Westridge. That is only a warning. First down.
So set up inside the 15-yard line here. Westridge really set up nicely on this opening drive. Turnover there, about the worst case scenario with the ball going backwards towards for Tennessee High, going towards their own goal line.
Yeah, not obviously not ideal from any perspective. So
inside handoff, following his blockers up the middle. Westridge back number 2. Looks like he's going to pick up about 7 on that first play. So again, big shift in momentum there. Tennessee High looking to start off that drive, looking like they were going to be heading into Westridge territory. And now the ball is inside their 15-yard line. The defense actually inside their 10-yard line. Now Tennessee High is going to have to stand strong with just 8 yards between them and the goal line.
You know, in the first half, that was our strength. It was that front 4, the front 7 really on the defensive side, and getting penetration and moving that line of scrimmage. We'll see if that can continue here. They need to step up. Better.
Same play.
Just
but again, still kind of pushing the ball down the field, not wrapping up there. In that case, it's going to cost Tennessee High. It looks like it's going to end up being 1st and goal or close to it. And it is. It's going to be 1st and goal. Literally the same play ran twice in a row. Penetration in the backfield, a hit in the backfield, but did not wrap up and ends up picking up the 4 yards needed for the first down. So 1st and goal from 3-yard line. This game's kind of turned on its ear here in just a handful of minutes.
Yeah, and not getting the push we got in the first half. Looks like Westridge is establishing a line of scrimmage this half so far.
Certainly something they probably talked about at halftime, considering how that had gone. Quarterback's going to keep, and there it is. Again, 3 plays, and the Tennessee High tackling on that set of downs was a little bit left a little bit to be desired in the overall sense, considering how much of that we'd seen in the first half with a lot of even individuals wrapping up, but also really quite a bit of gang tackling there. In case we have a flag here on this play as well. Seeing if we had probably something after the play. It looks like.
I'm trying to keep my eye on the sideline to see how number 16 is.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 55. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So 15-yard penalty there. It's not going to affect the try, but it will affect the kickoff. So Westridge up 1, looking to go up 3 here with the 2-point conversion. Same play that they've been running, and it gets just blowing holes in the Tennessee High defensive line here. Again, they ran that play 3 times inside the 10-yard line, and Tennessee High was failed to stop it on any of those 3 opportunities. And that was a huge hole opened up that time.
And I don't know that we're aligned with the way we want to be on that. It looks like we need to make some adjustments, and I'm sure they will. But it looks like we had misalignment there. Didn't have anyone on the tight end. They were just able to cave us down, and I don't think he got touched.
He did. Until he was in the end zone.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board. This week's Cuddy Insurance Group Student of the Week is Austin Eads. Austin enjoys auto mechanics and criminal justice classes at THS. In his spare time, he enjoys playing basketball, attending football games, and being outdoors as much as possible. He hopes to join the Marine Corps after high school. Congratulations to Austin Eads, our Cuddy Insurance Group Student of the Week.
Welcome back to the VSN. Third quarter action. A promising drive for Tennessee High was snuffed out with a bad snap, and that ended up with a turnover inside their red zone and was cashed in by Westridge in just a couple of plays. So this, like I said, this game has gone from what felt like a momentum builder for Tennessee High right before halftime, and now things have really shifted around. And unsure of the quarterback situation as well on this drive. We'll have to see exactly what happens.
Pretty sure Turner's going in. He's got the headset on, and I've seen them put Jimmy's helmet over in the equipment.
Get an onside kick as well. Ball's loose. It's still loose. There's a fight for it at the bottom of the pile here. Can't quite tell exactly what's going on. It's a little bit of chaos out there. Westridge looking to take advantage of that momentum, but Tennessee High is able to recover that.
But we're fortunate on that.
Yeah, because the ball was loose a couple of times.
Yeah, the Vikings were not ready for that onside kick.
No.
And, again, I think you're spot on there. There's CJ with the momentum and with all the uncertainty on the sideline, and obviously I don't believe we are mentally where we were at halftime.
And it can change that quickly.
It can.
One play obviously was kind of the catalyst for that. And we do have Turner Elliott in here at quarterback here on this drive. So that shakes up the running back scenario as well. It's going to be Josh Green up the middle. Nice little stutter step move, still pushing. He's going to get about 5 on first down. Nice play.
We'll see if I've got a feeling we'll see a lot of that dive play, our power play. I don't think throwing the ball is Turner's strength. He can do it, but I don't think that's what his obviously, since he plays running back in most downs when he's on the offensive side. I have seen him throw it though. I mean, he's got a good arm and whatnot, but I think this is our second game that he's gotten a lot of game time. Correct.
And, yep. Played the entire volunteer game.
I think the volunteer game. I don't know that we threw it 2-3 times. I think
that was part of obviously the game plan was to keep that ball on the ground, keep the chains moving.
Yeah.
And again, we're able to build a big lead there, so they didn't really have to test that at all. But I would agree with that. It probably changes a little bit of the overall sense in terms of what the ball handling is going to look like, because you may see Turner be more apt to pull the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
So that's something that Westridge is going to have to account for.
Absolutely, and that's a positive, obviously, on the Viking side. And I think another part is exactly what we're seeing right here is Turner getting the signals from the sideline, and that's not something he's done for the first 2.5 quarters.
Right.
So now we're looking at the play clock ticking down.
Yeah, it's just the dynamic's a little different. He's going to try to get outside there. He's going to turn it up, breaks a tackle, and is still going. We got a flag though on the field. Still fighting for yardage there is Elliott, and we're seeing one thing where it's not unexpected with teams that are this close and have had and even though the Westridge has only really been around for 2 seasons, a little bit of chippiness going on out there with 2 teams that again are kind of natural rivals when it comes to proximity.
Absolutely, and a lot of these guys
During the run,
with each other. And,
holding on the offense, number 58, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Seasons, so I'm sure they've may actually be friends, but not out here.
Not out here, yeah. When the helmets go on, it's a whole different set of scenarios. So we did have a holding call there at the end of that play. Would have been a first down, but that's going to back Tennessee High up here to about a 3rd and 7, it appears. So kind of this is kind of that danger zone area where you would normally this would be a passing down, but considering the circumstances, we'll see exactly how open the playbook is, so to speak, under these in this case. So again, another snap that is lost, and it just seems like the timing's off a little bit. It's not you would not think that that's uncommon under these circumstances, considering there hasn't been a lot of practice time with cadence and everything here. That snap was just a little off to the side, it appears.
Yeah, and it had some smoke on it too. It came back off hot.
So anyway, 4th and 15 here. Thatcher Hutton back to punt. He's going to receive that. Puts a big boot into it. It's going to get a little Tennessee high roll here inside the 40-yard line, down at about the 38. So here is where this is going to be an interesting drive. Tennessee High defensively has really kind of dominated right up until that last drive, and we'll see if the defensive staff has been able to get back in with this group and see if we can't get things reset to where they were.
Yeah, I think defense can set the tone, and honestly, they probably need to take over this game. With offense in the state that it's in.
I think that's a fair assessment, considering what's happened in just the last handful of minutes. And again, we talk about this, and it's a 3-point game, so it's not like this game is out of hand by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all.
It just has a different feel to it now than it did previously. Inside handoff there's a better job of getting to the Westridge back before he really could get going. Not much of a gain there, if any. About a second, maybe got a yard and a half. That's a similar play, though, running that. That was a little bit more of a reverse pivot handoff in that case. But again, we got Westridge backs going different directions, and was able to bust that one up in the middle. But a good tackle there. It looked like was Elliott as well.
Yeah, we're playing that much better, but there's still
a hole there.
That little counter tray, and it's causing us problems.
Drop back to pass here. Phelps up the middle. Got an open player downfield and is able to toss the ball over the top. 3 defenders in the area, but he got behind all 3 of them. That was a really nice toss there by the Westridge quarterback. A little bit of air underneath that and dropped it right in the breadbasket.
You know, you get your running team and you get people sucking up on the run, and then you can get over top. Dropped it right in there.
Yeah. 3 defenders in the area, but none of them in the vicinity to be able to knock that pass down. Nice play. Good play design by Westridge there. And they are back to the 30-yard line of Tennessee High, pushing the ball down the field once again. A little dive play up the middle. Not much there. Tennessee High is able to get that stopped right in that case.
You know, that's that veer play that I was talking about earlier, and I think based on what I've seen so far, letting number 3 or 13, whichever one that is, the quarterback, letting him carry the ball is a much better option than the other 2 guys.
Yeah.
Not as much of a running threat.
Agreed. So just about 2-yard gain there, it appears. 2nd down and about 8. A little bobble on the handoff.
Jet sweep.
Nice cut. Yep, jet sweep. He was able to cut that up. Nice play there. This play's designed to go wide, but he put his foot in the ground, was able to get upfield pretty quick. Got a flag come in here at the end. Maybe a late hit, possibly.
Well, Vikings just shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. A lot of these penalties occurring late in the play.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 15. The penalty is marked half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Now, again, I talked about reestablishing the line of scrimmage in the first half, and we were definitely doing that. The roles are reversed.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are coming off the ball now. You can see here the white shirts are just there's not a red or maroon jersey in the vicinity of the ball carrier for the first 10 yards.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that stuff like that can happen that fast, but halftime adjustments are a lot of times where games are won and lost. In this case, Westridge has come out with that intent, and you're starting to see their offensive line kind of control the line of scrimmage.
Just a straight dive up the middle. I think it's almost as if they're willing to go foot to foot.
Yep.
And just
until
hold on to it as long as they can.
Yeah, right. And until Tennessee High can stop it.
Not real exciting football, but
it's effective.
Effective, yes. Here it is again, toe to toe, no splits, right up the gut.
A little going wide on this one, and again is able to cut it up, and it looks like he's crossed the goal line and does. So Westridge has come out with intent here in this second half, and in that case is able to punch it in for a second time, and is going to take at least a 9-point lead on to 10 here with the extra point upcoming.
Another Viking down in the end zone. Another, again, jet sweep on this one, just trying to get on the edge, and again they've got a hat on a hat, and then number 10 just puts his head down and gets that last yard and a half on his own.
That's how you draw that one up, I would suspect.
Yep.
See a lot of movement on the perimeter there, and seal blocks all the way through. And like I said, number 10, all he had to do was put his head down, and he was going to cross that goal line. So we're up, awaiting a PAT, timeout for an injured player. Two minutes and 58 seconds left here in the third quarter. And again, this game has kind of just turned on a dime. We're lining up for the extra point here in this case. Extra point is up and good. So Westridge takes a 10-point lead here with just under 3 minutes to go. We're
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board. This week's Cuddy Insurance Group Student Athlete of the Week is freshman Ryder Poole. Ryder is a standout on the cross-country team and was recently named All-Conference. He enjoys basketball, tennis, and cooking in his spare time. Congratulations to Ryder Poole, our Cuddy Insurance Group Student Athlete of the Week.
Welcome back to the VSN. So after that drive, Westridge takes a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Wow. It's a big this game has turned in a very real way in about a 6-minute span on the clock. So Tennessee High has got to answer here in a positive fashion if they want to stay in this ball game. Reestablish something offensively, because in that case, what we've seen is whatever halftime adjustments Westridge made, it's not like they're doing anything fancy necessarily. No. They made a nice play, nice pass play over the top to push the ball down the field in that second drive. But other than that, it's just been coming straight at him.
Yep.
And we just have not had any answers in that case. We've got to get that ball. It's loose on the ground. And
mercy.
It's just all the things that were working in the first half seem to have kind of reversed themselves here.
You know,
so,
and you got, when you're dealing with teenage athletes, sometimes the focus tends to drift away, especially when they've got some teammates that have, got a little dinged up and things have changed. But it's about adapting, right? And this is where and Coach Hope talks about this, about challenging them and see if they can overcome adversity. So we'll see if we can answer the charge here.
Absolutely. That's what it's about. Adversity is gonna come up. It's how you react to it in most cases. There's Josh Green off the edge, breaks a tackle. Still rolling, kind of horse-collared there. I can't believe that wasn't a penalty, honestly, but seemed to be the textbook definition of one. But anyway, he's able to pick up a solid 9 yards there on first down.
That's what we need.
That's what you need. Yep.
We need to continue to have some carries like that. Boy, he does. I continue to be impressed with Josh, how hard he runs.
He brings a different element to the game, that's for sure. Ball's in his hands again on second down. Doesn't get much, but it looks like it's going to be enough to get the first down. Falls forward there. Pick that up. And again, all these things being said, it's still a 10-point game.
That's right.
So again, this is not like this game is out of hands. Two scores and still 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. A lot of football to be played yet here this evening at the Stone Castle. So a big drive here in front of Tennessee High. If they can put points on the board here, then this game is right back within reach. Quite honestly, a decent drive here would be good. The defense probably could use a rest.
Absolutely.
In this case, for sure. There's Josh Bell up the middle. Good strong run there. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 on first down.
Good push up front by the Viking O-line, and again, we go back to that. I've gone back to that over and over again, but got a good push. Good job there by is that Ryan? That was Evan Bedwell. Coming off combo block there. Good zone block, and Josh finding a crease there to squirt through for a good 4 yards.
All right, 2nd and 7. Inside handoff, Bell bobbles it, but he's able to cut it upfield, finds a nice hole, and is continuing to push upfield there as well. But interestingly enough, the timing of that, I think, actually, even though it was disrupted, may have actually helped him in that case. He was hard to find when he was not in the place that he was expected to be. So, caught that ball, was able to get off the block, and in that case, made a nice cut upfield to cross the 50-yard line. So big run there by Josh Bell, even though it was a play that could have gone the other direction.
A little bit of a broken play there too, huh?
Yeah, and I think, like I said, the timing being disrupted there, I think may actually even have helped him. It was hard to find where that ball was. All right, there's a nice pull by Elliott. Again, that's kind of the play that we expected to see a little more with him in there. And again, a solid 5 or 6 yard gain on first down gets him going downhill. And he is able to pick up a nice first down gain.
Again, I think your key point there earlier was a good established drive by the offense here. Obviously a good thing for them, but also allows our defense to rest a little bit and gather their wits about them.
Refocus.
And let the defensive staff make adjustments as needed.
Absolutely. So Josh Green finds a gap there as well. Nice cut, good spin move. He's continuing to drive as well. Really good showing here by all of the Viking runners on this particular drive. You've had a little bit of Josh Green, you've had a little bit of Josh Bell, you've mixed some Turner Elliott in there, and all three of them are running very hard, getting behind their pads, and they're picking up chunks of yards now on this drive. This is more reminiscent of what we saw in the first half with Tennessee High moving the football. All right, that's our final play of the third quarter. Tennessee High on the move here, heading towards the red zone on the West Ridge side of the field. We'll step aside here in between quarters. We'll be back here to bring you fourth quarter action here on the VSN.
Training, dedication, and teamwork are the cornerstones of our success. We supply flexible packaging to many of our nation's finest products.
$5 for my own money? That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 20-yard line on the Viking Keep end of the field. Tonight we'd like to recognize the Lady Viking volleyball team and congratulate them on an outstanding season. These ladies were the conference regular season champions. They were district champions, region champions, and sectional champions. This week they competed in the TSSAA state tournament, winning a game in state for the first time since 2001 and finishing in the top 5. They finished the season with an overall record of 33-8. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the varsity volleyball team.
Welcome back to the VSN, honoring the Tennessee High volleyball team and their state-bound run this year. Great season for those ladies. High level of commendation for them. That program has really taken off under the tutelage of Coach Mary Johnson and Coach Charlie Tiller as well. So congratulations to them. Back to action here. 1st and 10 for Tennessee High. Looks like we got some confusion coming out of the break, and we're going to have to burn a timeout in order to get things set.
Timeout. Tennessee High, first charge
Never like to see that
timeout
coming
of
out
the second half.
of a break.
No.
But again, getting that straight is going to be the key. So, all right, we're going to step aside here for a Student of the Week, and we'll be right back here on the VSN shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board. This week's Cuddy Insurance Group's CTE Student of the Week is Daniel Boyd. Daniel is a student in the automotive program. He's a go-getter, always ready to learn something new and ready to work. Left alone on a project, he is self-motivated. He knows when to ask for advice and help and always has a pleasant attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, your Cuddy Insurance Group CTE Student of the Week, Daniel Boyd.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 1st down and 10 after Tennessee High takes a timeout. Elliott back, just a little toss forward to Maddox Fritz, who's got the corner here. Able to step outside. Nice block on the edge by Josh Sizemore. Held that block for quite a while.
It was well done.
Nicely done. Was able to stick with that block, and Fritz used his speed to get to the edge.
So often you get that that outside receiver will hold right there, and Josh did a great job of not
stuck
doing
with him,
that.
kept his hands inside, and was able to seal that block off. Nice pickup. That's a first down. Fritz was able to wheel there for that. Tennessee High picking back the momentum here up on offense. Elliott's going to take it up the middle there. Still driving, and again, another real positive first down gain, 5 or 6 yards.
May have been a broken play there,
It looked like he was trying to hand that to Josh Bell, and it was just a little bit too much space, but he made the best of it. And again, look, nice block there by Evan Bedwell as well, pushing that nose tackle right out of the frame. Can't even see him on the screen there. Nice job by Elliott to be able to take that forward. We got an injured player stepping in here, so we'll take a quick break. I'll be back here shortly on the VSN. Get a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Tennessee High is going to trot out their third quarterback here in this case. So again, on the move inside the 25-yard or inside the 20-yard line. Marcus Phelps is going to take over at quarterback here.
Not many teams have a starting defensive end that is also the third-string quarterback.
It's a rarity to say the least, but it's a testament to Marcus is a great athlete.
He's not your normal defensive end either.
No, he is not. No, he is not. So we'll see how this plays. Again, timing is what you worry about in these situations. Not a lot of reps back there. Again, that's exactly what we see on the first play. But again, turning something into nothing. That snap is coming back with quite a bit of force.
Yeah, and a lot of nerves there too.
Yeah,
Marcus is an experienced dude. I mean, he's he's still in a position he's not normally in. So
yeah. He's primarily a defensive player. He's got some experience, obviously, in these settings, but not necessarily as the signal caller. So 3rd and about 4 here, a manageable 3rd down. Josh Green flanking Phelps here. In this case, going to move him to the other side. Still not a clean snap, and again, we're going to end up with Green kind of running for his life back there. And again, it's just one of those things. With a lack of reps, it's just hard to get the timing right on a lot of these plays.
Absolutely.
So that's going to leave us with about a 4th and 4. Again, still a makeable down, but we got to get the snap right. We got to get the ball handling correct in order to take advantage.
Absolutely. We've not gotten a snap yet.
No. And again, that's a testament to the offensive line and the fact they haven't lost a ton of yardage on those 2 plays. So but they're moving up front. It's just a matter of getting this thing cleanly so we can get some forward momentum going. So 4th and 3 here for Tennessee High to see if we can get a clean snap and then a play to come through. There it is. Off to Fritz. He's going to try to get to the edge. Pushed outside. He's fighting for that yardage and looks like, oh man, it is close. It's on the far side of the field, so it's hard to see what line he gained.
It's close.
It is close. Very close, but again, it's looked like it's going to be just short. Signaled the other way, and Westridge is going to take over. Promising drive comes to an end there for Tennessee High inside their the Westridge 15-yard line. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to take, especially as much momentum as Tennessee High was building on that drive, get themselves back within 1 score. So the defense is going to have to show up here in a big way. With about 10 minutes to go here in this ball game, a stop is going to be vital in this particular case.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a turnover would help as well.
Oh,
obviously.
absolutely.
But I would be shocked if we saw Westridge put the ball in the air.
Would certainly seem to be a situation where keeping it on the ground is the likely scenario, and as much movement as they've been able to get up front in this second half. And that's about a 9-yard carry there, it appears, on 1st down. So testament to that. Westridge is going to be content to huddle up here, take their time, and continue to move this ball down the field, matriculate it down the field if necessary.
You just hate to see, obviously, injuries anywhere, but golly, I mean, when you go 3 deep, not many high schools have 3 quarterbacks, period.
No.
So, and much less have 3 quarterbacks that actually get reps in practice.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, nice block up front there. And nice gashing run play there by Westridge in that particular case. Nice block there on the edge to spring him as well. You got another injured player.
Yeah, they washed us down there and had a pretty good gap there off the left tackle to get that solid 10-yard gain.
Yeah. And that was 1 tackle away from going a long way.
Yes, it was.
So we'll step aside here. We got another injured player. We'll be back here on the VSN here shortly. Welcome back to the VSN. 1st down and 10 for Westridge. 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter at the Stone Castle. Inside handoff. This has kind of been the bread and butter play for Westridge this second half, and it is busted wide open, heading towards the pylon, and he is going to take it all the way. That one's sort of been brewing here for the last little bit.
It has been. They've been a step away for the last 4 or 5 carries that they've had.
Yeah, the defense starting to get worn down, and that particular play has been one that Westridge has gone back to several times. In that case, they were able to pop it open and had enough speed to carry it the distance.
Yep, we've not been able to stop that one consistently anyway.
And I don't know that we saw that play in the entire first half. I don't recall seeing it.
I think we blew it up a couple times and they got away from it. Again, I think we go back to the halftime adjustments, I don't know if it's as much of an adjustment other than the fact that I think the Westridge kids just decided to flip a switch at the halftime, and I don't know, you never know if it was something they heard from a coach or if it was just a mentality change on their part of just saying, hey, we're not playing well enough. We need to step it up. And we may have rested on our laurels a little bit, right? I mean, you get up and you pretty much dominated them the whole first half. And you go into halftime and you feel good about yourself, and you come back out and get slapped in the mouth a little bit, and before you know it, you're down 17.
That's it can happen that fast. And in our experience, both of us have been in those locker rooms at halftime when you hadn't played well in the first half, and oftentimes, in my experience, the most effective way of that was the coaches didn't come in and say a whole lot. They came in and put a challenge to you, and then it was the leadership in that locker room that was able to get things moving. And that obviously has translated out here for Westridge. They have had a group of guys on both sides of the ball that have decided that that's how things were going to go, and it has gone exactly that way.
It has. Now, they've also gotten a bit fortunate from the perspective of having a couple injuries on our part.
True.
But at the same time, we've not helped our case either by, had a little bit of a mistake on coverage on the one long pass play, and then I think we've had a couple penalties that have hurt us.
Yeah, and one huge turnover there, and that just seemed to just took the air out of the building to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
The game has really changed on that play overall. So deep kick, Sizemore is going to bring it back for Tennessee High. He's got a little bit of a caravan over there. Good return all the way up to about the 40-yard line. So Tennessee High got to move the ball quickly here, or as quickly as possible in this case. Still looking to see. Looks like it is going to be Marcus Phelps here on this drive coming back out. You're talking to Coach Bryant. So, but yeah, absolutely to your point in the idea of how things can change. Attitude changes at halftime, maybe just slight schematic changes.
Yes.
But a lot of time it's just attitude, and that's exactly what I've seen here from the bird's eye view. Ball's bobbled again. Green is able to take it, and a nice tackle on the edge. Be able to bring him down before he can get loose.
Yep.
So second down and about 9.5 here for Tennessee High. About 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, I would just like to see some established. At this point, we'd love to see them get the snap cleanly.
Yeah,
right?
that's the big. The small stuff. Yeah,
that's not a knock on Marcus at all. Golly, this is probably the most snaps he's taken consecutively in his entire career.
Very likely that is the case. Got that through, and Josh Green is able to spin.
What a run.
Nice. I mean, that's about as pretty a 3-yard run as you're going to see.
Absolutely.
Running hard, and Josh has done that all night long.
Yep.
So that element is going to get. Not looking too far ahead here, but again, next week we see Tennessee High going to Cherokee for their final conference game, and that's got to be weighing on people's minds as well. As that's a huge game in terms of how the standings are going to land in the conference. So, and it appears, based on what we're seeing, that Marcus Phelps is probably going to be the guy leading them there from the quarterback perspective. So, in one way, getting these reps in now is going to be huge, considering even if it's in a set of scenarios that aren't the best.
Well, yeah. It's a great silver lining. But you're exactly right. I mean, if he's actually going to be, which it did not look, based on how Turner got taken off the field, it does not look like he will be ready next week.
Right.
Jimmy, he's in a. We assume the way he got taken off, that he came off the field, it's a form of a head injury of some sort.
Concussion protocol of some type. Yep.
It's a great punt by Thatcher.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's kind of a spinning kick that on an angle.
So yeah, when you think about those two things, you would imagine Marcus or someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else have to next man up mentality.
Yeah, absolutely.
And coaches get creative with the game plan and.
With a week to prepare, knowing that that's going to be the reality.
Yep.
You got to do what you got to do. But that, like I said, that's a huge game. It really is going to determine in a lot of cases where things land, because the middle of this conference is all in it, kind of in there together.
Yeah.
with Tennessee High with a victory over Crockett already this season. I think if they can get a victory down at Cherokee, then they've got an opportunity to finish kind of in the middle of the conference, and it's going to set them up for playoff seeding.
So is it Boone and West? Is that
Boone and then West right now? That's
a hold. Good gosh.
Yeah, the flag is down.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, the definition of one right there in the middle of that for sure.
I saw
so
several.
take your pick on that one, that particular case. So. Yeah, all of this is shaping up to finish in a very interesting manner, to say the least, when it comes to seeding and everything else. So, in my observation of the teams that we've seen here locally, obviously Boone is
on the offense on number 75 and 71. That is a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So on top of the hold, you had a sort of illegal high-low block there. So that's going to cost Westridge 15 yards. So again, as we move into that and you start looking at this from a strategic perspective, this is a non-conference game, obviously. But from a conference perspective, there's still a lot to be gained here.
Yeah, well, and I think you mentioned before, I agree with you. Boone's one of the more premier teams in the area, much less in the conference.
Yeah, so. Ranked in the top 5 in the state, I believe. But I mean, in that game, watching that from beginning to end, the Tennessee High defense was able to hold them to really one score in the first half, and then outside of a long drive in the second half, only one score there as well. So again, we're certainly capable, and we've seen that show up all the way through. And it may be that defense that has to establish this going forward in terms of how far they're probably going to go, as far as the defense takes them.
Agreed. Yeah, as well. Yeah, and like you said, with the scenarios that we're in right now, with who knows who at quarterback.
Yeah.
It's definitely a challenge, but that's why I think traditionally the Tennessee High coaching staff has been creative in those situations and been able to come up with game plans that the volunteer game for an example.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure they'll be ready for next week.
You got a lot of guys with a lot of experience down there in that sideline.
Yep.
That they've seen a lot of things happen, and they've dealt with a lot as well. And again, we think about this particular team in terms of what they have, what they've endured in the time that they've been here.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That can't be underestimated either, in terms of what that's all about. So, folks that are familiar with the sort of the Tennessee High program in terms of losing players and coaches and all of that, there's a depth to that I think really matters.
Absolutely.
And the togetherness of this bunch, especially the upperclassmen here, is pretty deep. So we do have an area score here on the screen. Boone with a commanding 28-0 lead over Crockett at halftime.
Look at old Musket Bowl.
The Musket Bowl. It's to have those guys in the house this evening. The fact that there's so many of them that are still participating and willing to do that. We also celebrated the 2001 and 2002 teams, which Coach Holt was actually part of last week as well. So that was a cool celebration to see a lot of those guys. That was kind of my era in that case. That group would have graduated with my brother. So that was we were here in the late 90s and early 2000s. So it was a fun time to come through. A lot going on here during that period as well. A lot of really good athletes coming through in that time frame.
Yep, I was on that staff. That was a fun time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Different classification.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, remains fourth down.
The TSSAA classifications have been all over the place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The last 10, 20 years for that matter. So, yeah, that was a fun time. Yeah, there were definitely some pretty solid athletes in that group.
No doubt. I was fortunate enough to play with quite a few of them as we came through on the basketball side of the fence, and we had some, 98 into 99, and then again 2000, 2001, we were making state championships, we were state level teams in basketball during those periods, and not by accident.
Right.
So in that era was a lot of fun. So speaks to the legacy here, and I know we had Rocky Clay come through here, another guy from the 80s that really, I've seen film of the guy. I mean, you can only appreciate so much from that. But
I'll tell you, I was a sophomore quarterback that got a call on like a Monday and said, "Hey, you're going to be starting quarterback," and I was like, "What?"
What?
Fortunate enough, I had number 23 back there that I just had to hand the ball to about every other play.
He can take care of business.
Play. Yes, sir. He didn't go to University of South Carolina for no reason.
Well,
so.
Fantastic track athlete on top of everything else.
State champion, hurdler,
absolutely. So, great stuff. One of my good friends that I had the fortunate ability to work with for many years over at the Tennessee Middle School was Sherman Urey, and got a lot of those stories from Sherman.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It was one thing about Sherman is he loves to tell a story or two. Right? I hope he's listening this evening. So Cherokee Volunteer, very close game there against obviously Tennessee High's played Volunteer and has Cherokee coming up, so that's a kind of a score of interest there.
Battle of Hawkins County.
Yeah, for sure. The Hawkins County line in place.
Oof.
Sort of a long sustained drive here for Westridge, is kind of running the clock out, in this case with them up 17. Heading into the final minute of the game.
At this point, we're hoping that we can get out of here with no more injuries.
That is absolutely the case after the way this night has gone.
Kelly Flannery's got his hands
He has
full.
earned his money this evening for sure.
And will for the next 3 or 4 days.
Kelly's one of the best in the business. So anybody can take care of what needs to be taken care of. He is the guy for sure. Coming up on 1 minute to play. Westridge content to take their time.
I've been impressed with Westridge, how they came out in the second half. I really have been.
Absolutely.
It was a
nice tackle there by Tudor to wrestle him down. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about attitude adjustments, or you talk about player adjustments. It's probably some combination of the two.
It's a different team.
Yeah, they just look like a completely different team in that second half. Where Tennessee High was physically dominating the line of scrimmage in the entire first half, and really the only score that came from the Westridge side was a kind of a it was a special teams play. They really hadn't done much offensively at all.
No.
And then all of a sudden in the second half, one turnover leads to just a cavalcade of points. I mean, 22 unanswered points here in the second half. And that'll take us to the end of this ball game. So, again, credit where credit's due. Westridge came out and established themselves in the second half, and the score definitely reflects that.
It absolutely does. Tough one.
It's tough loss. Injuries mounting, and the loss of momentum there. It looked like Tennessee High was going to have a really good chance to take that victory home in non-conference. But as the final seconds tick away, Westridge is going to take this game 29-12 here at the Stone Castle. Thanks to my wingman this evening, Andy Arnold. Much appreciated. It's great to see you again. For those of you guys that don't know, a former boss of mine, right, in that particular case as well, right? Short period of time, was interesting during the height of COVID as well.
Yes.
So we definitely appreciate him.
Made some memories there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was an interesting year to say the least. I saw him walking around with a yardstick pretty regularly. Anybody that's been clued into how that worked in school system settings knows exactly what I'm talking about. So we will leave you this evening. Westridge comes into Tennessee High in the Stone Castle and spoils the senior night here with a 29-12 victory. Again, thanks to Andy Arnold. Thanks to our technical staff, Colin Moore and Charlie Tiller as well. We will leave you this evening. The VSN, always a great thing to be here. And as always, Viking pride.